And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Time for the mailbag. Angie's here. Hello, Angie.
I'm so little when I sit down.
She's so little when she sits. She's the size of...
I'm all legs.
You're somewhere in between Gary Coleman and Beetlejuice. Somewhere in between those two. And that's where I want to be, between Gary Coleman and Beetlejuice as well. Of course, Emmanuel Lewis, the top-notch friend of the channel, as we do know. But Angie, how are you doing today?
Good.
And you're ready to answer a mailbag question. And then you want to put the Christmas tree up, I heard.
Yep.
She's ready for Christmas. Are you putting 2 up or just 1 this year? 2 Christmas trees. Oh, it's just double Christmas over here. That's what it's going to be. But all right, Angie, let's dive in. Let's dive in to the question of the week. Take it from there.
Take it from there. Jonathan Hodap, 8735. Question, what is your guilty pleasure meal?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I don't even know either.
It's one of your great fine cooking, one of the great meals you put together. Which one would that be? I don't know.
How about a chicken hot dish?
Chicken hot dish.
That's your nostalgic.
Oh, Grandma Peterson. Oh, rest her heart or bless her heart. What do they say? I don't know. But either way, Grandma Peterson used to make a mean chicken hot dish, a mean lasagna, just a mean casserole. Most grandmas make a mean casserole, but
guilty pleasure makes it sound like it's like very high in calorie or something.
Those could be too. I don't know what my guilty pleasure would be. I love fish, that's for sure. I'm a big. I love to eat fish.
I love salmon.
Oh, I love salmon. That's true too.
Serious.
That's true too.
So cold down here.
I don't know. Do you have your guilty? I think I know your guilty pleasure, and I can eat it about once a year.
Are you thinking of tater tot casserole?
Tater tot casserole. She loves those tater
tots.
tots.
Is that not guilty?
I don't know. What is yours? So what's yours?
I don't know.
Tater tot casserole. I think it's obvious right there. For me, there's a lot of meals I do like. Like I
eat whatever I want.
I like a good Pequod's pizza over in Chicago. That's an amazing one for me. Pizza is usually my guilty pleasure meal, but there's a few things like, oh, I know what mine is. What I really like, and I rarely get it. And once again, it goes back to my other grandma. She made this when I was a little kid, and I didn't know any different. Most people think it's the most disgusting thing in the world, but I grew up and eating it, didn't think anything of it. It would be chicken liver. Oh, nothing like some fine organ meat. You haven't lived till you've been dining on the organ meat. You can dine on some organ meat later if you're lucky, Angie. I'll hook you up. But chicken liver is probably mine. I love chicken, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find these days. Nobody wants to eat that sweet, sweet organ meat. And what's wrong with you people?
And you have to finish it too. You're not allowed to bring it home.
Yeah, and I would make it at home.
No reheating that in the microwave.
I remember you'd make it at home, but it smells up the whole house, and oh my gosh, no way. But I'm gonna go chicken livers as my guilty pleasure meal. You get some gravy with it, or some honey mustard, or some mashed potatoes, maybe. I don't know, but that's mine. But Angie, what's yours gonna be? Tater tot casserole.
I mean, my highest calorie meal I eat is if we go to Cheesecake Factory and I get that chicken Madeira and a piece of cheesecake. That's probably like 4,000 calories.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be high calorie. It's just
that's
what is.
That's what it means to me. Guilty pleasure. Because why would you feel guilty if it's healthy? Like what?
Well, maybe it's expensive. If you're a fine diner on salmon, it's a $50 salmon.
Ooh, my steak de Burgo that I get that place downtown.
She likes a good steak de Burgo. We might have that tomorrow. We'll see. Unless I can convince her to go back to Kentucky Fried Chicken and try these chicken tenders. We'll see. It's either that or a fancy steak. We'll see what Angie wants to do tomorrow. We'll see. Hot date night tomorrow, so we'll see. But that's it. That's the guilty pleasure then. Steak de Burgo or maybe tater tot casserole. And for me, a good Pequod's pizza is always at the top of the house. But I'm going to go chicken livers right there. So that's the question of the week. Thank you, Jonathan Hodap. And if you want to be the question of the week, put yours in the comments down below. And you too can be the question of the week. Angie, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
You're welcome.
And now it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, time for question of the week. The mail girl is here. Angie, say hello to everybody.
Oh, hello.
Hello, and Angie and I are extremely tired. It's been a long, exhausting week. We both look like we need a nap, and tonight we're not done. We're getting ready to go to Ace Fraley tonight. Emma, you're getting ready to get Emma all ready to go. We're going to rock and roll, strut and stroll to the Ace show tonight, and then tomorrow, doing it all over again. So we've got a busy busy week, and I say it too much, but no rest for the wicked, and now I'm bringing you into the madness as well. So a big concert week for us over here, but now we're here for question of the week, and in a plot twist, Angie, I had a question for you that's not on here.
Oh gosh.
Did you have any cooking disasters this week?
Oh my god.
Do we not want to talk about it?
Gonna...
Should we play the video? Let's play the video right now. Oh, Angie, what did you think about that? Your tater tot casserole. We talked about tater tot casserole last week on the channel in the mailbag, and this week it was tater tot casserole disaster, wasn't it?
I can't believe I've never dropped anything like that before. You know what? It was overflowing, so I pushed the tater tots down, and the grease on my hand did me dirty.
And Elle came running downstairs so fast. She said, "Come upstairs, Mom dropped the whole casserole." And I said, "What are we talking about?" So I went up the stairs, and I got to see the madness. And I was nice, though. I helped you clean the mess up.
It was crazy.
I did. I got it out there.
Broke in our new oven for sure.
Yeah, our brand new oven doesn't feel like a new oven anymore. There's always that time when you get a new appliance where it's nice and new. Oh, there's a fingerprint on it. Let me clean that off. Now the oven officially broke in, I guess, is what that is. So tough times with the old tater tot casserole.
And no one likes it but me, so I only cook it like once a year. So it was extra devastating.
So I think you're probably going to have a do-over, is my guess, probably. So you'll probably be making it. Once the snow starts to fall in, the tater tot casserole comes a-calling. That's what happens, and we'll see that sooner rather than later. So good luck next time. Hopefully it goes better for you.
Tots.
So hard times, wanted to mention
2 cups of cheese on that, too.
Oh,
so that was just
melted.
like confetti.
Melted. We should have just let it cook in the bottom of the oven and could have got a fork and just started eating out of there. Could have done that. But now it's time for the real questions of the week here. And we're going to do 2 questions this week. How about that? Angie's getting ready. Ready, Angie? You take it from here.
All right. Dr. Nicholas Jones, great pickups. Question
Dr.
of the
Nick.
week. Do you take bookings for conventions or appearances?
Sure. Why not?
Who's hiring us?
Sure. Who wants Angie to go to a convention? Angie just says, "Show me the money. I'll be there." But sure, I'll go. And I've done bookings in the past, and I think we got one in March of next year. More on that in the future. But yeah, if there's a show, if there's something that wants to bring me in, or you want to bring Angie in, the gruesome twosome, we could do that. Jeff George will take bookings for Jeff George as well. I could be his manager there. So if we need to do some of that, yes, we will come. Angie maybe, depending on where it is and what's going on in the travel distance. But I'll go, sure, why not? I love a toy show. I love a convention. Why wouldn't I? So I've taken bookings, and I will take bookings. So hit me up. I'm easy to find.
Say, call me.
Call me. Call me or call Angie, my manager. Next question.
Okay, Juan Manuel Martinez, 4804. Hi, do you guys display all figures or store some in boxes? Space is always a topic.
Well, Angie, what do you do with yours?
I really wish we stored some in boxes, but we don't.
No, I don't. You don't want them in boxes.
It's on display.
So if we stored them, or if we had them in on card, it'd be bad news because there would be how many figures in boxes? It'd be a lot. But no, I've always had the rule, and I've said this before on the channel, and I think it's a good rule to live by. Now, obviously, I got more space than the average Joe out there, or Cobra member, maybe, possibly. But if I can't display it, I don't need it. It doesn't need to be in my collection if it can't be on display. So sometimes you got to make some tough choices, and it gets tighter and tighter. As you said, space is always a topic. Every single day, squeezed in. It's like you're in a trash compactor, getting caught closer and closer in there. But still got a lot of stuff, and you can always move things around, move stuff around. The ebbs and flows of collecting, the ebbs and flows of collections. But no, everything I have is on display, and if I don't display it, I end up getting rid of it, selling it. That's kind of my rule. Keeps me sane. That being said, I wouldn't be against a storage unit, but maybe a storage unit that is not off the premises. Like a big shed in the backyard or something, one of those build ones. Wouldn't mind moving the whole YouTube setup to something like that off to the beaten path, and then use the top for storage and some other things. Because, yeah, there is some boxes and stuff. Like, perfect example, the HasLab Dragonfly, unboxed on the channel as well. Huge box. I'd love to display that box. Not going to. It's just too big. But I want to be able to save some of those important boxes, and that would be a perfect place to store some of that kind of stuff. But all the figures, they're on Detolf's bookcases, things like that. That's the way we roll over here, or I do, and you come along for the ride rolling on.
And I'm cool and let you just bleed into the whole house.
Yep, bleed.
It's upstairs.
Yeah.
It's in our formal
now,
living room.
Now, you can say that, but more of the house does not have figures than the house has figures. That would be the thing.
It's getting close.
It may be. You got the living room, you got all the bathrooms, all the bedrooms, the laundry rooms, the garages. There's room. There's room. There's closets. There's many closets in this house that don't have action figures in them. So it is. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. There you go. Mm-hmm. So there it is. That's questions of the week. Angie, will you be back next week? Sure. Well, we'll hold her to that. And until next time, that's the question of the week. But now it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, we're back, and we got question of the week this week. The mail girl Angie is here. Angie, welcome back to the channel.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Are you ready for this? How was your week? How are things going for you?
It's a stressful week.
A stressful week. We went to the big Ace Frehley concert. How was that? Was that the best show you've ever seen? Mm-hmm. It was okay. Yeah, it was up and down. Ace is really good, but he's also really bad at the same time sometimes. So some songs were better than others, of course. Ace's voice in and out. Some of the guitar playing, a little wonky time to time. Very similar to Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick these days. But of course, both these guys getting up there in age, and it's better than them just playing records or whatever instead of not really playing live. You know they're playing live up there. And Ace's backing band really good. Great company. Daughter Emma was there. She was in full face paint, ready to go. Mm-hmm. We had Wendy's for dinner. It was wild. I burned my mouth. It sucked. I don't know. Besides that, it was quite the show. And then the next day, we went to Bill Eilish. Or is it Bill Eyelash? Billie Eilish. And we went there over in Omaha, Nebraska. Beautiful this time of year. I sat in the parking lot of a Walmart while they went to the show. But you guys loved the show, didn't you?
Emma cried.
And Emma cried. She was so excited, so happy to be there. So just making memories. And I was making memories with some of my truck stop friends out in the Walmart parking lot. It was wild. We had a lot of crazy discussions. You know, UFOs are out there more than ever before. I never thought it, and I've been hearing it on the news. But these truckers, they had some crazy stories. Maybe we'll share those one of those days. But Billie Eilish was worth it for you, though. That was a good one. Mm-hmm. And now our next concert, I have no idea. What's the next concert we're going to go to? I don't think I have anything on the books anytime soon. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. So you'll know. I'll be the first to tell you when I do find out. But now that gets us, Angie, to the question of the week. You ready?
Music related?
It's music related. It's bringing it all back home like a young Bob Dylan. Very, very key here. So Angie, take it away.
Oh my gosh. All right. At SGD_toys down under, what type of music does Angie like?
Toys down under, another shrimp on the Barbie, as they do say, and flying boomerangs, I'm sure. All these Australian stereotypes. But Australia, the only place in the country or in the world I really want to visit. And that's about it. And Canada, too, a little bit. But I'd like to go to Australia. One of these days, let's make that happen. Or I'll just go by myself. Who knows? It'd be like sitting in a Walmart parking lot by myself. But Angie, what type of music do you like? Nobody cares about what I like. Well, I tell everybody every day.
I don't listen to heavy metal on my own, that's for sure.
She does not.
I listen to very girly music, like singer-songwriters, Taylor, Gracie Abrams.
And you know what? I don't think I would want to be with a girl that wants to just listen to heavy metal 24/7. If we got in the car and she says, man, put on that new Exodus album, Kyle. I've been dying to hear that thing. You got that yet? I don't know. I would like that. But, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but when we first met, dare I say, about a week away from 20 years ago. 20 years ago when we first met, one of the first things you told me was you went to a Slayer show not too long ago. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't believe what I was hearing at the time. I said, what?
You were grilling me. You're like, who's in the band?
I was like, wait a minute here. There's no way. But just out of the blue. And I wasn't dressed in any kind of heavy metal garb. You remember what I was wearing the night we met? Oh, I remember everything about that magical night. I can tell you everything. Oh, the whole day. I could just replay it in my mind. Or maybe not. Maybe not. But I definitely wasn't wearing heavy metal stuff, so that definitely caught me by surprise. She wasn't just saying it to say it, to put it out there for me, to capture me in or something like that, right? So that was very, very interesting, but that was quite the one. But you like the singer-songwriter female variety, and it's very funny because I usually hate the female voice, so it's funny. I'm not a big female vocal fan outside of Huntress, ABBA, and that's about it is my girl stuff. But you like... Metal. Yeah, I love Baby Metal. Let me tell you, they're coming to town. Let me go. But Angie, you do like music, though, and especially you and the girls. You guys just have your clique of music, and you get in the car, and you guys just rock out. You cry, you sing along. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You and the daughters get a share, and they don't really like my music anymore at all. A little bit of Ace from Emma, and that's about it.
Weezer was a good one.
Weezer was good. Yeah, I've been a Weezer fan for a long time, but besides that, the kids, unfortunately, don't want to listen to Exodus. They don't want to listen to Destruction or Sodom or Creator or Accept. Let's list all the German bands. Tankard while we're at it. Not going to happen. But there it is. That's what Angie likes. And if you want to be the question of the week, you know what to do. Put the question in the comments down below, and you too could be question of the week. But now we got to turn our attention to a grail of a pickup. I've been playing a years-long game on this one. Finally, this week, coming into my collection. What is it? Stay tuned.
I know.
All right, Angie is here. It's time for the mailbag, and she's even more tired than I am. She's had a heck of a long day here on our 20th anniversary of when we first met each other. So a wild time here today. Oh, look at that. Feel the love. I didn't do a very good job. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a Swiftie like you. But Angie is here. It's time for the question of the week. Angie, you want to take it from there?
Mm-hmm. At @bartop_reviews.
Oh, we got a
Domino
dog howling
wants
at
some
us. Howling at the moon.
Domino.
All right, start that over again. This is Thanksgiving, Angie. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I told everybody about our time with the Cardano Foundation with Todd McFarlane, Mark Summers. It was a wild time, but your ham and stuffing was a huge hit at the party there. So go on with the question of the week. Okay.
I'm still in a pie coma.
Oh.
Bartop_reviews. Here's the question of the week. It's for both of you. What's your favorite piece in the collection and why? I love that they think I have one.
Yeah, that you really like.
It's me. I'm
yes.
the favorite piece.
That's right. Your piece of the action right there. But I know mine right off the bat. Angie, what's your favorite piece or favorite thing in the collection? Now, this is easier for me than her because she doesn't have too much of an attachment to any of this stuff, of course.
No, I like anything that's like bright and.
You
what
get
about those turtles that are like? Are they like?
You get distracted by bright and shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like some of the turtle ones, especially the glow in the dark ones. And then,
yeah. Oh, we love glow in the dark on the channel.
What does that mean? Are they like radioactive or something?
Translucent, yeah, like radioactive turtles, whatever you want to call it. So.
Or like the He-Man room.
The He-Man, a lot of bright
primary
colors in Eternia. A lot of furry loincloths too over there in Eternia. So a lot of fun things. So your favorites, the turtles, glow in the dark, or the He-Man room, basically.
I like a pop of color.
She likes a lot of color. For me, it's easy. I have given this answer before. Whoa, you're not done?
I was gonna guess.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
My guess is maybe something warrior.
Yes, you've correctly guessed. So that is my favorite. My favorite piece in the collection.
Tell you what.
It would have to be the LJN Grand Toys Ultimate Warrior. From when I was a little kid, I will never, ever forget that moment I got those black cards as a kid, not knowing how rare they were, even at that time. But the shot of energy into my child playing days, my child figure federation, with the first ever Ultimate Warrior figure coming into my collection, you can just imagine what little Kyle was doing. Ultimate Warrior, he won that title that night. Easily won the title that night. Just such an amazing moment of childhood playing. I was so excited, so jazzed up for my favorite wrestler, still to this day, the Ultimate Warrior, to come into my figure fed. So every time I see that figure, it just, just gets me in the heart. And that's why I always say my grail item is getting that figure mint on card one of these days. Just looking at thousands of dollars for that, unfortunately for me. But I got a minty loose one, and that'll have to do for me. So that's easily my favorite in my collection. So a nice short and sweet one today, Angie. Just like you, but you're tall and sweet, I guess. More like it. Angie's 6'7". We forgot to tell everybody that. But there it is. That is the question of the week. And if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments down below. And next week, you too could be the question of the week. Now it's time for the weekly purchases.